Namaste. I, JV, Dr. Parveen Parihar, working as assistant professor in Department of Faculty of Pharmaceutical Science at Jyoti Vidyapeeth Women University. So, as we in last our video, we started discussing about the structure isomerism, and we have talked about the different types of isomerism, and we completed three types of isomerism. So let's continue the types of isomerism. The next type of our isomerism is the metamers. Before this, we have discussed about chain isomerism, functional group isomerism, and positional isomerism. So let's start with the metamers. So what type of isomers are the metamers? Isomers which have different carbon chain length along a functional group with heteroatom. For example, ether, esters, secondary amines, tertiary amines, secondary amides, etc. So the type of metamers isomerism is only found in specific type of compounds. This type of compounds can be ethers, esters, secondary amines, tertiary amines, or secondary amides. In this type of compounds, we can see the type of metamers isomerism. So in metamers isomerism, the difference is only in the length of the carbon chain. The length of the carbon chain in both type of the heteroatom. Suppose we have heteroatom oxygen. So in both the direction of oxygen atom, if we have carbon chain, so the length of both the carbon chain will be different in isomers, that are the metamers. So what rules we should follow when we consider two compounds as metamers? So in both the carbon atom the number of atoms should be same, the number of DU should be same, functional group would be same in both isomers, number of carbon differs along heteroatoms. It means that in both sides of the heteroatom, the length of the chain will be changed. So these are called the metamers. Let's clear it up with the example. So here is the example is given of methoxypropane and ethoxypropane. Let's see the example, methoxypropane and ethoxypropane. You can see that in both the compounds, the number of carbon atoms, oxygen atoms, and the hydrogen atoms are same. What is the difference is just the length of the carbon. So you can see that here the length of the carbon in one side of oxygen, number of carbon present is 1, at the another side 1, 2, 3. You can see that in this compound A, at one side only 1 carbon is present, but on the another side 3 carbon is present. But if we compare it with ethoxyethane, that is our example, our molecule B. In this, if we count the carbon chain both sides of the oxygen, then we can see that in this side 1, 2 carbons are present, and on this side 1, 2. You can see that in both the molecules, the number of carbon atoms are 4. The number of oxygen atom is only 1. But what is the difference is in molecule A, if we see the both side carbon chain, then on one side it is only 1 carbon is present, and on the another side 3 carbons are present. But at the same time, if we look at ethoxyethane, then we can see that both the sides of oxygen contain 2 carbon. So we can clearly see that the number of the length of the carbon chain is changed in methoxypropane and ethoxyethane. But if we check their chemical or molecular formula, both are same. But the difference is only in the length of the carbon chain along with the heteroatom, that is oxygen in this example. So both these are metamers. So we can call both of these compounds as metamers because the length of the chain, carbon chain, is changed along with the heteroatom. The another example given is ethyl ethanoate, and the methyl propanoate. So let's see how these are considered as metamers. Let's see. If we check the carbon chain, in this type of isomerism, we look at the carbon chain, the length of the carbon chain. If we see along this functional group, one side is only one carbon, the another side two carbon are present. Consider this as compound A and this compound B. At the same time, if we look at this, one side is 1, 2, 3. Now let's see how these are metamers. If we see in this, the single bonded oxygen is connected with 2 carbons. But in this compound, the single bonded oxygen is connected with only 1 carbon. This is the minor difference in both the compounds, which make them metamers. How? Because in this compound, the single bonded oxygen is connected with 2 number of carbons, but in compound B, the single bonded oxygen is connected only with 1 carbon. So these are also called as metamers. So it is very clear with these examples that what are metamers. Now the another type of structural isomerism is the tautomers. Which isomers are called the tautomers? A type of functional isomers which exist in rapid equilibrium in solution are called functional isomerism. So tautomers are the isomers which are interconverted in each other when these are present in a solution, and we can't separate out them in the solution form. These are called the tautomers. Tautomers are interconvertible in solution. These are usually differ in position of hydrogen atom and alpha carbon. What will be the difference in the tautomers? There is difference on the position of hydrogen atom and the alpha carbon atom. These will their position will be changed, and these are considered as tautomers. Interconversion of tautomers can be catalyzed. So if we want to do the interconversion very fast, we can do it with the help of any catalyst. Tautomers can't be separate in solution normal temperature. As I already told that in solution form and at normal temperature you can't separate out them. The more stable form dominates in equilibrium, and at the equilibrium position the more stable form will be dominate over the other. Only the stable tautomeric form is counted while counting isomers, and if we count the number of isomers, then we will count only the stable form of that tautomer. The unstable will be excluded from the counting. Let's see how many types of tautomers can be prepared. The type 1 is the keto-enol tautoisomerism. The type 1 tautomers are the keto-enol tautomerism. Let's see the example. Here is the example of cyclohexanone and cyclohexenol. Let's see how these are tautomers. So in cyclohexanone and cyclohexanone, you can clearly identify that in this the functional group is the ketone, but in this the functional group is the hydroxyl. But these are interconvertible. Both these compounds are interconvertible, so these are considered as tautomers. Let's see how these are interconvertible in each other. Let's see. As you already know that in this hydroxyl form, the oxygen contains lone pair of electron, and this lone pair of electron can be move here, and this double bond will be moved here, and by doing this we get the structure like this. And there would be a positive charge on oxygen and negative charge on this carbon atom. So now what will happen? To remove this positive charge and to get the stability, oxygen will remove this hydrogen, and this hydrogen will take the position of this carbon, because this carbon have the negative charge, and we get this structure. So here we can clearly see that these can be interconverted at room temperature just by rotating the lone pair of electron, just by rotating the presence of the double bond. By doing this only, this can be interconverted and the functional group can be changed, the hydroxy group can be changed into ketone. And all this happens at room temperature only. So these can be interconverted at room temperature and considered as tautomers. So cyclohexanone and cyclohexanol both are the tautomers of each other, because these can be interconverted in each other just by rotation of their lone pair of electron and the pi bond. So the type 2 tautomers is the nitro and Sc-nitro. These are also the example of tautoisomerism. How? Let's see the example. Nitrocyclohexane and Sc-nitrocyclohexene. Let's see how these compounds are the tautomers of each other. So you can see that in this molecule, the nitrogen atom, the bonding of nitrogen atom is 4, and there is a negative charge on oxygen and positive charge on the nitrogen. So you can easily identify that this is unstable. This form is unstable, very unstable, because nitrogen contains the positive charge or oxygen is negatively charged. To get the stability, nitrogen will remove a hydrogen atom, and this negative charge of oxygen will be used in the bonding, and there will be the double bond between the nitrogen and oxygen, and nitrogen release the hydrogen, which will get the position of attached with the oxygen and convert in the Sc-nitrocyclohexene. So the nitrocyclohexane will converted into Sc-nitrocyclohexene, and all the process is completed at the room temperature only. There is no need of any extra reactant to be added or any catalyst. Just only on room temperature, these molecules are interconvertible in each other, so these are considered as tautomers. Then type 3 of tautomers is the imine and enamine. Imine and enamine are also considered as tautomers. How? Let's see the example. Cyclohexene, 1-amine, and the cyclohexamine, enamine. Let's see how these are tautomers of each other. In cyclohexene, 1-amine, here is the amine group is present. So now what will happen? The nitrogen atom contains lone pair of electron. Nitrogen atom contains lone pair of electrons, so these lone pair of electron will shifted to the bond, and this double bond will be shifted on this carbon. And as this happens, the structure will form as this. Positive charge. So you can see that now by giving the lone pair of electron in bonding, the nitrogen will be now positively charged, which is very unstable. So it will remove a hydrogen atom. It will remove a hydrogen atom, and that hydrogen atom will get the position of this carbon, and we get this cyclohexene amine. So these are also interconvertible at room temperature and considered as tautomers of each other. Just to get the stability, these molecules are interconvertible in each other and behave as tautomers. Now type 4 is the cyano and isocyano. Cyano and isocyano molecules are also considered as tautomers because these also are interconvertible at room temperature. Let's see the example of cyanacid and isocyanacid. Let's see here the functional group. Here in the bond is triple bond is present between the carbon and nitrogen. So now the nitrogen has a lone pair of electron, and as you can see that to get the stability, these triple bond electron, one is shifted on a carbon and we get this type of structure. And this hydrogen will be shifted to this nitrogen and we get the isocyanacid. So these are also interconvertible and considered as tautomers. So it's clear that what are tautomers, cyano and isocyano done. So there are several types of tautomerism which will be discussed in detail. Now it's enough for today's that what is tautomers.